Hi everyone, I'm Shetty and you're watching Rise on HuffPost Live. Thanks so much for tuning in today. Today's topic is something that's very apt, it's very relevant to what you're probably doing this week, or maybe you're more organized and you already got through it last week, or maybe you did it months ago, or at least a month ago. It's all about Christmas gifts. So before we dive in, let me know where in the world you're tuning from. And every day I see so many thousands of viewers, but I don't always see your names. I don't always know who you are. So I'd love for you to tell me your name today, give you a shout out before the new year, get you involved, get you engaged. And if it is your first time joining us, then we talk about here the things that matter to us. We talk about happiness, we talk about success, we talk about gratitude, but we talk about rethinking and redefining these themes. So let me see where in the world you're tuning in from. Let's have a look where you are. Great to see you, Jitinder. Nice to see you. Merry Christmas from Amsterdam. Happy holidays to you. Eduardo from Honduras. Great to see you here. Alex from Seattle. Artem, 4th floor. Lakshay, New Delhi. Rishabh, great to see you here. Priya, fantastic to have you joining in. So if you've never ever said your name before on one of these live feeds, this is your moment. I want you to say it right now. Tell me where in the world you are, because there's far more people tuning in than actually tell me. And I love knowing exactly what you're doing, where you are. Are you in the workplace? Are you at home? Are you out and about? Are you on holidays? What are you up to? As you've seen, from California, Risha from Kenya, Aaron, great to see you, Judith from Salt Lake City, Artie from Mumbai, fantastic to see you here as well. Kevin, always good to see you. Govin from Abu Dhabi. Arlington from Krupal, thanks so much for being here. Crystal from Taiwan, wow, awesome. Gagan from New Zealand, fantastic. Javid, awesome to see you as well. Guys, and press that like and love button. Let's start today's session with all that positive energy, all of that positivity, all of that great enthusiasm that you always have. Remember, the more we're giving it, the more we're going to receive it in our lives as well. So press the like and love button. Press that share button if you want more people to hear about this today. So today's theme that you're watching is gifts money can't buy. And the reason why I decided to do this theme today is because I'm sure you're shopping for gifts right now. Let me know what you think is the best gift you've got someone this year. Let me know in the comment section. It's also going to inspire a few ideas across the world. Maybe someone's last minute shopping and they need to get a gift. You're going to inspire them right now. So let me know the best gift you think you've got to give someone this Christmas or this holiday season. And let me know which gift you're expecting. Are you expecting a particular gift, right? I don't want you to be let down on Christmas Day, but is there something that you've been hinting to the people for holiday season, the lovely people around you, your family, that you're actually expecting to receive? Let me know in the comment section as well. I'm reading out. Carmony from South Africa. Jadine, great to see you. Sonia from Florida. Rebecca, hello to you. Sushma from Hyderabad. Miras from McAllen, awesome to see you here. Sid from Thailand, fantastic. Bianca, great to see you. Kuljit, best gift, love, time and kindness. Expect less stress. The gift of time, everyone's talking about time here. One of the books you recommended. Awesome, Alex. Which one? I'd love to know. I'm working and it's always so amazing that you're able to feel positive. Awesome, Eduardo. Thanks so much for tuning in. Suki, Ram, great to see you all joining in right now. So, let's talk about gifts that money can't buy. Right? I want to know what gifts you think. Time is definitely one of them, right? You've already been talking about time, love, kindness, etc. These are all gifts that we have in our life that money can't buy, that we experience that money can't buy. Now, I was doing some research just to give you some background, some context. I was looking into the psychology of gift giving because I'm really interested. Why do we give gifts and why do we receive gifts? When do we feel happy about gifts and when do we feel sad about gifts? How many of you have ever had a gift and you received it and you thought, God, why did someone get me this, right? Press the like button if you've ever experienced that. Press the like button if you've ever experienced receiving a gift and you thought, why did someone think that this was the right gift for me? If you're brave, you can tell me in the comment section what that gift was as well, right? And how many times have you ever given a gift, right? Given a gift to someone else and thought they're going to love it and they actually turned around and said, I don't know why you got me this. Press the like or love button if you've ever experienced those challenging situations when it comes to gifts. Right, let's have a look if any of you have had those situations. Money can't buy people nor love, awesome. Who else is thinking about that? Let me know in the comment section as you're coming alive. So, we're in gift season, and I did some research that shows that shoppers say that in 2016, they plan on spending an average of $929 on gifts. right? An average. If you're above that, write above. If you're below that, write below in the comment section right now. Press the like or love button if you've spent exactly that amount, and write up or below in the comment section if you've either gone above the average or below the average. You don't need to tell us the exact amount, right? Not asking you to disclose your finances right here, but I just want to get a gauge at how many of you are those. Ram says the best give is a hug with love, a vase. Okay, Mohammed, did you give that or did you receive that you didn't like? Let me know which one, right? Who else? Below, says Judith. Below, says Jax. Awesome. A lot of belows coming through. Way below, says Rebecca. You're all smart. You're helping that average come down lower. So I've just asked you this question. We're in gift season. The average American spends $929 on Christmas gifts, on average. Have you spent above or have you spent below? Let me know in the comment section. Last year, that number was $882, right? It's steadily rising every year. The amount we spend on giving Christmas gifts, the amount we're spending on gifting our loved ones, our families, children, whatever it may be, it's slowly rising every year. You know, a few years ago, it was at $500, then $600. We're now at $929. Above or below? Lots of belows coming in. You guys are making that average stay the way it is. So it's good to see that. Now, 55% of do us Christmas shopping in the internet. 36% of us still use catalogs, right? Loads of catalog shopping. And two of the most popular gifts, right, and I've not been paid to say this, I was doing some research, two most popular gifts at the moment for Christmas are Amazon Echo and Google Home, right? Top of the list, you know, raising that average. So I read this quote, and you've probably heard and read these quotes as well. And we hear that the best things in life are free. We also hear that you can tell how rich you are by counting the amount of things you have that money cannot buy. And today, because we're in gift season, because we're in expenditure season, because we're in that season of gift giving, gift taking, and it's all about the gifts, I wanted to talk about the gifts that we often miss, right? There are so many gifts in our life that we miss, gifts money can't buy, and because we can't buy them in a shop, because they're not packaged in a certain way, because they don't come in a certain box, we miss them, right? They're gifts that we don't always see. Now, a study in 2005 found that 4 out of 5 Americans think that the holidays are too materialistic, right? Which can often stop us from buying and sharing gifts. But the interesting thing I wanted to do today was talk about the psychology of gift giving. So psychologists say that the gift giver is actually the one who reaps more benefits than the one who gains the gift. Actually, the art of giving with the right intention, wanting to make someone happy, wanting to express love, wanting to express how you feel, whether it's a big gift or a small gift, that act of giving does more good to the giver than it does even to the person who receives. And that's why we know that money can buy happiness when you use it on other people, right? When you spend money on other people. I was sharing research in a previous session where I talked about how actually the people that spend money on other people are happier than even when they spend it on themselves. So the gift-giving psychology that we have is actually really, really powerful. It's just when we get lost in how much we're spending, the amount we have to give, we kind of get more stressed out by the amount we're giving than the quality of giving, right? The intention of giving, the love of giving, the kindness of actually giving. So it's not about stopping giving. I'm not talking about not giving gifts. I'm talking about recognizing gifts in our life that we would miss because we don't find them on Amazon. And also recognizing that the gifts you give to others can be beyond monetary gifts. There's plenty more gifts that we have in our life and that we can give to other people as well. Elwin, great to see you here. I hope that makes you happy. Kai, this is powerful content. Love it. Thanks. Well, I'm grateful for that. Thank you so much. Arvin says, actually, the gifts are like when we give something to someone, then we expect them to give it back. Yeah, that's one of the biggest challenges with gifts giving. When we want to give it because we want something back, right? How many times have you ever done that? Press the like or love button if that's you. Varusha, to me, the best gift is someone's time. The older I get, the less I need and want. Yeah, I think the older you get, you realize that the things you want, can't be bought with money, right? It's just, you can't buy them. You can't buy them everywhere. Grace says the best present is to be present for your friends and family. Awesome. Who else? Gifts money can't buy. My family, my friends, memories, as well as talent, says Jewel. Thanks, Jewel. Lots of love and likes flying across the screen. Great to see all that energy coming. Keep that energy flying through. Judith, Jay, what would be your ideal gift to get and give? Well, that's a really good question. I think giving people your time, I think time's one thing. I think for me, it's giving people belief, right? Giving the gift of belief or encouragement or inspiration, that really excites me because that's going to be a gift that they'll hold on to for much longer. Now that feeling, that emotion, that experience may be packaged as a book. It may be packaged as a letter. It may be packaged as food, right? Whatever it is. But it's the intention of giving that I'm really excited by. It's clarifying that intention of why you're doing what you're doing. That's what really makes a difference to me. So for me, giving the gift of belief, giving the gift of inspiration, giving the gift of encouragement is actually what stands out to me because that's something that person's going to take in and keep as a gift forever. So you've almost given an internal gift, a gift that has no sell-by date, a gift that doesn't go out of fashion, a gift that doesn't trend. Now, I bought myself a materialistic gift, but I use that gift to do the work I'm trying to do. So I bought myself a gift this year. It's the new MacBook Pro that I'm really excited to have. So I really believe in those kind of gifts too. So I bought that for myself this year. And the aim is because I want to use that to do the work I'm doing, right? So it's about the intention behind the gift, not so much the gift itself. I hope that answers your question. And thanks for raising that point and asking me that as well. Keep your questions coming in. Jamil says, that's the best gift you can give, happiness. Vishnu, thanks for your positivity. I love it. I really don't expect anything. I just think Christmas is for being together and thanking God we're okay, says Eduardo. Thank you, Eduardo. A lot of way below that. Hine and Hemant, great to see you here. Good morning, Gustavo from California. Thanks for being here. Murtaza says, money can't buy what you want to do in the future. Wow, beautiful answer. Love that. Thanks for sharing that. Judith, you've given my son the gift of inspiration, encouragement, as well as myself too, and I thank you. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with me. That's made my day. Awesome. Shaveen, hello from Malaysia. Great to see you tuning in. So let's dive into some of the content that I'd found for you today that I wanted to share with you. Kevin, makes me wonder, do folks feel more appreciated with a material gift or a mental stimulation when knowing you are loved and respected by the giver? I think you've got to experiment, Kevin. I think some people do want the material gifts, but to some people, the material gifts are always an expression of a deeper emotion and sentiment. So the reason why people want material gifts is because it makes them feel like you recognize them. It makes you feel like you thought of them. And so sometimes the sentimental, emotional, smaller gifts, they're great, but it's figuring out what works for that individual. But notice that it's always an emotion that's triggering the desire for any gift. It's rarely wanting the material thing itself. Most people could buy the gifts that they get, right? Most people could buy the gifts that they get. So it's not so much about that. Gerald, how do you deal with people that are unappreciative of the gifts they receive? Well, Gerald, we can't change the way other people receive gifts. We can only change the way we receive gifts. So first of all, reflect if you've ever unappreciated a gift, right? If you've ever felt that way about gifts you've received, and ask yourself, why did I feel that way? Right, why did I feel that way? Is it because I didn't feel the person thought about me? Is it because I didn't feel the gift was right for me? And notice that the other person may be experiencing very similar things. So actually, we can't change the way people receive gifts. We can only change the way we receive gifts and give gifts. So if we can give gifts that are more conscious, more mindful, more intentional, that's going to make a difference in someone else's life. That's actually going to work through. Depends on their love language, Yogini. Exactly. I'm going to be doing a workshop on that very, very soon, so stay tuned. So guys, keep that energy flying through. Press that like button, press that love button. I'm loving all that energy flying through today as we're talking about gifts. Now, this is what the psychology behind gifts. This is what research shows. We give gifts because some people give gifts because it's about prestige and competition. Can I give better gifts than anyone else, right? When people open up their gifts, they're going to think, I gave the best gift, right? It's that competition and prestige. That intention, because of its lack of purity, because of it being motivated by wanting to be better than someone else, wanting to defeat or beat someone else, it loses that effect, right? And it's also disappointing to you when someone gets something smaller than you gave and the person's really happy about that gift versus this big effort you went through. When your motivation or your intention of gift giving is pride, competition, ego, and prestige, and then someone gets happy with just a box of chocolates they got from someone else, that's going to let you down. So definitely purify, refine that intention. The second psychology of success is that we've seen in genders that men and women who are more generous are actually ones that are rewarded. They're more successful. So naturally, we feel that the more we give, the happier we'll be in our community, the happier we'll be in our family, the more we'll be recognized, the more we'll be noticed. That's another psychology. And the third psychology is actually what we realize that when we're giving it, we feel more empathetic, we feel more caring, we feel more happy, and we feel like better people, right? And beyond all of that, there's the gift of giving and just realizing that actually we're not giving anything, we're just sharing what we have. And that if we have a privilege, we have an opportunity to have something, to give it away is actually one of the most beautiful things we can do. So as you can see, there's various levels of gift giving. And the aim is to constantly refine our intention, because if our intention isn't clear, if our intention isn't pure, then actually we end up feeling the most pain in the long run. We feel more disappointment, we feel more resentment, we feel like we spent too much money. When actually if we refine that, we can actually get great joy in giving freely and giving to the people around us. I hope that's connecting. I hope that's making sense. Type amazing videos recently, Jay, especially the school principal one. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I think that giving gifts is about representing what someone means to you. When I receive gifts, I hope to find something specific about it which demonstrates my relationship with that person. I think you're spot on, Type. Thank you so much for sharing that. Russia, best gift is to help someone without the intention for wanting something back. Totally agree with you. Goldie, as Dr. Shafali says, materialism is nice, but it is all a form. We should not have attachment to form. Wonderful. Shauna, faults are like headlights. You can always see other people's. Give the gift of forgiving people for being human, and it gives you the gift of insight. Great thoughts flying through from all of you. Absolutely love that. Thank you so much. I think, Jay, isn't love the greatest gift? Yes, it is, but people experience love in different ways, and therefore you really have to tune in and understand. El Eugene, it's great to have you back tuning in as well. Kevin, Nats, don't feel bad. Take care of you first before others' gifts. Definitely. Self-healing's a massive part of it before we go the other extent. Who else? Nats, yeah, that's your question. Is it right to feel bad when you don't have much budget for gifts? Not at all. And that's the point I'm getting to, that the intention of gift giving, you can give the most conscious, simple, affordable gift to someone, actually which costs absolutely nothing, without having a big, and you don't need a big budget. You don't need to spend lots of money to make someone happy, to have that impact on them. So don't feel that way at all. That's why we're talking about the gifts that money can't buy. Money can't buy love. Money can't buy kindness. Money can't buy that moment when you remembered something about someone, brought that back into a gift, a card, even a note that you wrote to someone. That will leave a lasting impact, right? Giving people encouragement, belief, etc. Rebecca, my relationship with my sister has been rocky as of late. She surprised me with The Universe Has Your Back in the mail. That was a book by Gabby Bernstein, who I interviewed earlier this year. It wasn't so much the book, but the fact that she thought of me and reached out to me like that melted my heart. Exactly, that's all it takes, right? That's all it takes. We're people who are melted by acts of kindness, right? So, here we go. Here were some of the thoughts. So these were 9 or 10 ideas I have of gifts we miss, gifts that money can't buy that we miss. The first one is recognizing in your life the people that give you an honest opinion. That's a super amazing gift. They may not even be people you like. They may not even be people who love you. But the people that give you an honest opinion, and you know that actually when they say something, they mean it, and you value that, that's an awesome gift to have in your life. Right? And it may not always be easy to hear. It may not always be easy to digest, but that can be a phenomenal gift. So I want you at this moment to write down under each of these things I give you, the name of a person, the name of a moment, the memory, the thing, whatever it may be, that makes you connect with that. So think of someone in your life who gives you an honest opinion, even when you don't like it, but you know that at least they're honest. You know that they have that skill, they have that quality, right? This is a gift that we often miss, right? This is a gift that we often miss, so it's definitely something to keep in mind. The second thing is think about someone who supports your dreams. And often this doesn't have to be a family member or a friend or even your partner. And this is the place where we get lost. We spend so much effort and energy wanting the people that are right around us to support our dream that we forget that there are so many people out there who'd actually be willing to if they get inspired by it. And we're looking for support in all the wrong places. We look for support in our families. We look for support in our friends. We look for support in our partners. And that's great. And it's natural to have it in those places. But if you don't write off the fact that there's someone out there who supports you. There's a great real story about Charles Plumb who fought in the war. And I think I've told this story before, but if you haven't heard it, it's powerful. And I definitely recommend looking it up. But Charles Plumb, who was fighting in the war, he was sitting at dinner one day, many years after the war, and one gentleman came up to him and said, you're Charles Plumb, right? You're the fighter pilot. And Charles said, yes, that's what I used to do. And this man said to him, he said, "Oh, don't you remember me?" Charles Plum couldn't remember this guy. He said, "Who are you?" And he said, "Oh, I used to pack your parachutes." And Charles said, "Oh my God." So he started thinking through every person who'd ever packed his parachutes, and he realized he remembered none of them. The amazing thing is that on his last flight, the only reason why he was saved in the war, this is a true story, is because he opened his parachute when his plane crashed, right? He opened his parachute. And he was thinking, how many times have I forgotten this? That night he went home and he was thinking, oh my God, I can't even remember this man who used to pack my parachutes, but I'm only alive because of him. And therefore, when he speaks now at seminars and conferences, he always asks people, think about who's packing your parachute. That person you miss, that person you don't notice, right? These are gifts. We've all got people out there who are supporting us, right? Who are making a difference that we actually miss. Think about who is packing your parachute that you miss. Press the like and love button if you're connecting with what I'm saying, is resonating with every single one of you. Carlina says, my neighbor. Goldie says, wow, good, I'm glad. Support the dream. Truly, this community of global change makers for the betterment every moment. Thank you so much, Sue, for that positivity. Leonard, I'm glad that we're motivating. I'm glad that you connect. 5 tangible gifts with intangible value: kindness, unconditional love, service, time, and presence. Awesome. Manoj, the greatest gift one can give is to lift others up in your journey. Awesome. Sam, thank you for your positivity. Who else is here? Who else is saying anything? Irene, don't worry if you need to go. Samantha says, my husband. Meth says, God. Shauna says, Mum. Awesome to see all your positivity flying across the screen. So that's 2, right? Finding someone, the gifts that we miss, finding someone, gifts money can't buy, someone with an honest opinion. Second thing, people who support your dreams, going beyond the obvious. We always look towards the obvious. What about going beyond the obvious? Number 3, someone who makes you laugh, right? That's a gift that money can't buy, someone who makes you laugh. Now, if you have to go out and buy a comedy, a comedy show, whatever it is, to make you laugh, that's cool. But we all have someone in our life that makes us laugh, right? Someone that makes you smile, someone that makes that difference in your life, adding humor, adding that fun, adding that enjoyment in your space, right? A gift money can't buy. Just recognizing these things is such a powerful way, right? Number 4, this is something that I really wanted to talk to you about, is having a positive attitude actually costs no money at all. Now, if you look online, there's tons of positive videos, there's tons of positive messages, there's so much great energy out there in this space that you don't even need to spend a penny, right, to give the gift of a positive attitude. One video of 1 or 3 minutes can make someone feel different, right? There's so many free courses, there's so many free sources. On my Facebook page the other day, I shared like 25 websites that provide free learning across the internet, right? It's incredible how much is there to learn out there. And that's why I really recommend that you defeat your negative thoughts on paper. Don't try to defeat your negative thoughts up here. They're strong up here. You know where they get weak? They get weak on paper. So defeat your negative thoughts on paper. Break them down on paper. You try to break them up on here, they'll win up here. But you'll win when you break them down on paper. Do that. Take those negative thoughts, completely defeat them on paper, and replace them with positive thoughts on paper and transfer them up here as mantras, as focuses, things that you can take into the new year, right? It's so, so important to do that. Ravinda, I'm glad you're connecting. Nats, I'm glad you're connecting as well. Nisha, thanks for tuning in. Shamiza says, my children make me laugh. Awesome. Rishabh, comedy is one of the greatest gifts. Totally it is. Selene, I'm glad you're connecting with the message as well. It's awesome to see all that positivity flying through, guys. Keep the like and the love coming. It's awesome. So, number 5. This is one that I really recommend. I will be doing a session on New Year's resolutions next year. I know a lot of you have been asking for that, so I promise to do that next week. But one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about today is finding a mentor and a guide. It's something else that costs no money, right? Finding people around you, people that you know through your network, etc., choosing guides, asking people to guide you, asking people for advice. I don't mean every day and I don't mean every week. I just mean now and again, right? Gifts money can't buy. Finding people that you can look up to, that you can admire, and asking them questions, right? Asking them really powerful questions and actually implementing it. That's the gift that you can give that money can't buy as well. One of the greatest gifts you can give someone is when they've given you some advice that's powerful, that you follow it. That's actually all they're looking for. Right? When you follow people's advice, that's a great reciprocation of a gift, something I definitely recommend trying out. It's great to see so many of you tuning in online right now. Today, I'm talking about the gifts that money cannot buy. Right? Maybe you've been busy shopping for gifts. So many people spending so much money. It's said that the average person spends $929 in 2016 on Christmas presents. If you're below, type below in the comments. If you're above, type above in the comments. That's up from an average of $882 in 2015. And the reason why gifts money can't buy is so important to me is because you can tell how rich you are by counting the amount of things that you have that money cannot buy, right? It's incredible, the things that money cannot buy. And today I've been talking about 9 or 10 ways of noticing the gifts, noticing these things that we all have in our life that money cannot buy. The first one was noticing people in your life that give you an honest opinion, right? Who in your life gives you an honest opinion? Write that in the comment section. Who is having that impact in your space? The second one is notice someone in your life who's supporting your dreams and go beyond the obvious. They may not be in your family, they may be in your friends, they may be all the way out there. The third one is noticing the people that make you laugh. The fourth one is having your positive attitude. Defeat your negative thoughts on paper. They'll win in your mind, but you can defeat them on paper. Number 5, finding mentors and guides that can give you advice, that can give you counsel, is a phenomenal, phenomenal way. And number 6, which we're on now, this is a gift that money can't buy, and it's something that we miss all the time because we don't take the time to do it. If you've just joined us, I've given you a quick recap. If you've got any questions about anything that I've said, send them my way. I promise to try and answer as many of them as possible. But if you have just tuned in, we are talking about the gifts that money can't buy. And I'm talking about this because we're in the middle of gift-giving season, and we can all give and receive gifts in a much more powerful, intentional, conscious way. Beyond the amount we spend, beyond the amount we have, the most powerful gifts are the ones that are intentional, conscious of the other individual, and specific to a memory, a moment, an interaction that you've shared with them. You don't need a big budget to give phenomenal gifts, and you don't need to give big budget to receive phenomenal gifts. So, number 6, a great gift that I recommend giving yourself, and a great gift that I recommend giving other people. Notice how far you've come. And notice how far others have come. When you take the time to observe how far someone's come on their journey and you actually share that with them, it's mind-blowing how much of an effect it will have on them. Do you know, just telling someone, oh, you know, I remember a couple of years ago that was something you were struggling with and now you're like flying with it. Do you know how much that does to their belief, their courage, their empowerment, their encouragement? These gifts of belief, of love, of inspiration that you can actually spark into someone's life, that can be a catalyst in their life for greater change, is something that no one can take away from them. But it is something that you can give. And that's why I really recommend it, because that gift is a gift that they can pay forward to someone else, which means that you're not sparking or giving one gift. Throughout your lifetime, you will have given 100 gifts as that gift gets passed along more and more and more. Just think about it for a moment, right? These aren't just great words. These aren't just interesting insights. These aren't just quotes. These are real things. If you give a gift to someone and they keep it, that's nice. But imagine you give a gift to someone that they could give away 100 times without losing that gift for themselves. It's incredible what's possible. If you're enjoying today's discussion, press the like and love button. Every time I say anything that resonates, press that share button if you also want more people to connect with gifts that money can't buy. Christy says, best gift, you have to love yourself before you can love others. Owen, getting a cat, cheap entertainment and unconditional love. Love that, Christy. Thanks for sharing that. Valerie, having presents, not presents during the holidays, is what I feel is most important and hope to teach to my children. Wonderful. Grace agrees with you earlier. Make sure you guys connect. You're on the same wavelength. So gift number 6 was noticing how far you've come, which really goes in line with Christy's point, and noticing how far others have come. Take some time out this holiday season to make a list of how far you've come, noticing the changes you made internally, externally. Really observe. And then think about the people around you that you want to motivate, people around you that you want to give a positive light to. Think about what they've done as well and give them that energy, give them that power as well. Kush, I was very negative and now I think much more positively. I want to do the same thing as you, help and change it. Awesome, Kush. Thank you so much for sharing that. Following the golden rule, says Michelle. Diana says, great topic. Thank you. Tilly, thanks for the love. I really, really appreciate it. Who else is joining? Arti, thank you so much for your positivity. Kevin, Jay, I remember you starting these videos in London and in random places to now have a home for what you do in New York. Congratulations. Thank you, Kevin, and thank you for being there throughout the whole journey. Adil, fantastic to have you here. Suchi, I'm loving all the positivity flying through right now. Deep, our time is the greatest gift we can give to our loved ones. Totally true. Great to see you. Roshni, great to see you here. Ujjwal says, I love gifting books so they can be passed down. Wonderful. Love that. But won't people expect a physical gift? That's the interesting thing, Linda. People may expect a physical gift, and therefore your intention may take a physical form. But notice that your message of explaining that gift is likely to have such more of an impact on that individual than the physical gift itself. That's something that's remembered, right? Everything else dies with time. Most gifts die with time, right? But the gift of all these things like love, belief, empowerment that we're sharing don't die with time. It's great to have so many of you tuned in online right now. I'm going into number 7. This is a gift that I want you to give yourself this Christmas and to someone else. It's the gift of curiosity and trying new things, right? It can cost something if you're trying a totally new thing, but actually there's so many things out there now for free, so many experiences, so many events, so many meetups, so many groups where you can experience something and try something new for free, at least the first one of them, right? And I really recommend that, giving people an experience, taking someone somewhere, right? Going outdoors, working with them on a new project, trying new things. This gift of curiosity is one that is often missed. And it's a beautiful one because anytime I've tried it out, it's always resulted in me learning something new. And whenever you're learning something, that's a massive gift because that, again, stays with you forever. That's the interesting thing. The gifts that money can't buy last a lot longer than money, right? Anything that money can buy runs out. It needs to be updated. It needs to be upgraded. But these things don't. So really try and tune into that curiosity and what you can do. Curiosity to new things. So you're going to try that. Nat says, yes, I love gift experiences. Awesome. Angie, you've opened my mind to share my heart to my dear friends and mentors. Thank you, Angie, for sharing that. I'm really, really happy. That's good for me to see. What the world needs, Gavin says, what the world needs now is this. Be kind to one another and take care of each other. Love from Cape Town, South Africa. I love that thought. Thank you so much. Goldie, yes, I'd love to. Let's talk about that, Goldie. That'd be awesome. Sonia, this is amazing and just in time, but how can you relay this message to someone who truly believes that material things are all that matters? So Sonia, we were talking about this earlier. We can't always get other people to connect with this or to always, totally see eye to eye with this. The way we can is by showing in our own life how we're not looking for material things. But another way is also showing them and giving them these experiences. That's what I'm talking about, taking people on experiences, giving them the curiosity of learning. People have to experience these principles. They can't understand them theoretically. See, if we're told experiences work, like I'm telling you today, you won't get that. But if you go out there and live it and you experiment with it, then it will become reality. So we've got to gift people experiences, not gift people with theory. If you're just giving people rules and theory, eventually they'll get bored. It won't connect any longer. And this gift I love because it costs you nothing, it costs the other person nothing. And I believe that each and every one of you have this gift. And it may be someone totally random in your family. This may be something you share with an elderly person in your family, a young person in your family, whatever it may be. And this is the gift of teaching someone something new. Just take a moment. If it's an hour, half an hour, 5 minutes of your time this holiday season, take time to teach someone something. I guarantee you know something that someone in your family or friend circle doesn't know but would benefit knowing, right? It may be teaching your grandparents how to send an email, how to use a new app on their phone. It may be teaching young children an old game that you used to play during Christmas. And yes, they may want to play with their PlayStation or whatever it may be, but just dragging them back and actually showing them something else. Teach someone something that you know that they don't already. It's a phenomenal experience. We're all sharers, we're all givers, we're wired for generosity. And when we can be generous and share the gift of a skill or sharing the gift of just a simple thing, as using an email, using an app, whatever it may be, just that can have such an impact on others and an impact on us as well. Teaching is one of the most rewarding things in the world. It costs us nothing. It costs the person nothing. And it's something that we can share very, very easily, right? Excellent message, says Dee. Thanks so much for sharing that. How do you spread a larger perspective of this sort of giving, Kathy? Well, I think it starts from one person in the family. One person in the family goes, guys, we're only doing Secret Santa this year with $10 gifts. You know, that's one way. Another thing is actually we're going to do a whole new gift series this year, which is only meaningful gifts, right? All it takes is one person in every family, every community, wherever you are. Start locally, start small, to start injecting this thought. And that's why I'm starting with all of you. There's over 1,000 of you online right now. Right? Imagine if 4,000 people today tuned in right now. Imagine all of you started meaningful gifts during the holidays. And the next gift you could give is a gift to someone else outside of your zone, right? Volunteering, gifting people who may not even have the things we do. Going out there, taking that step out there to give that gift. Imagine families would go out together to do something like that every holiday season together as the gift. And I guarantee you, it will bring much bigger bonds than even sitting in a dinner table together. It will bring much bigger bonds than just spending time together. When you go out there and make a difference in other people's lives, it will make the biggest difference in your life, right? It's incredible what it can actually do when you take that step. We don't recognize it because we just haven't been trained that way. We haven't been wired that way. We've limited it. We've closed off our connections. We've closed off our understanding. We've started believing that just being with loved ones and spending that time, but actually being with loved ones, giving love, will actually result in a greater love between you all and for the world itself, right? That's actually what it's about. That at the heart of it, that service to others piece together will make you closer to the people you love. It will make that time better with the people you love. It will win over the kids that you can't seem to connect to because they're too glued to technology. It will reconnect the older people in the family who feel disconnected. It will make you feel more satisfied as well. Some of my best relationships, actually, all the friends I have today are people that I've done service with. They're people that I've done things with to make a difference in the life of others. And I have such strong relationships with people that actually when I reflect on it, I've never even been out to a restaurant with. But we've worked on tons of projects for many, many years trying to make a difference in the life of other people. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal relationship and connection and bond that you build with people. Kevin, thank you so much for your positivity. Rebecca, thanks for yours. Gunnar, thanks for yours. Sophia, thanks for yours. It's great to see all that energy. I hope you're going to press that like button, press the love button, and most importantly, press the share button on this video so that more people can start living with meaningful gifts, start focusing on gifts that money can't buy, and remember, start by counting all the things you have that money can't buy to just realize how amazing, amazing your life is. Dana, thank you for your positivity. I'm loving all that energy flying across the screen. I'm doing a whole host of workshops next week on New Year's resolutions. I'll probably do some stuff on relationships. I'll probably do some stuff on intention planning. Make sure you are tuned in. I'm not live tomorrow. I'm not live on Friday, but I'm back next week. Look out on my Facebook page for ideas and what I'm up to at JShettyIW. And also give a like to the HuffPost Rise Facebook page so that you know every time I am live. I've got so many exciting things for you next year as well that I'm planning. 2017 is going to be incredible for all of us. This year has been an experiment of growing a global community of conscious change makers. We've done that, right? And we'll be on to bigger things next year. So thank you so much. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing holiday weekend. Have an amazing holiday season, and I'll see you next week. Take care, guys.